The inventions of robotics with artificial intelligence in the tech world have gone far and wide beyond a reasonable doubt on what these humanoids could do. For example, Tesla's new AI robot, Optimus, is said to be a highly sensitive humanoid with feelings and all that it takes to be human. But there are limitations of AI. They get angry and have a change of purpose. How and why? Let's discuss everything in this video. But before we start, please like and subscribe to this channel, and then sit back and relax. How we see AI. From 1927 to date, more than 100 films about artificial intelligence have been produced worldwide. And while some scenarios are represented satisfactorily, the rest are shown as the worst thing that can happen to us. In movies like Terminator, Matrix, and even Avengers, the movie industry showed us how the most intelligent machines were taking over the world and enslaving or erasing all of humanity. These movies show us how artificial intelligence becomes superior to human intelligence. In turn, every day more countries are entering the race to develop artificial intelligence to implement them in areas such as education, medicine, and many other areas. Even the idea is that these artificial intelligence developments are capable of completing parallel processes of human intelligence. So what ethical and practical issues should we consider as we go full steam ahead in adopting AI technology? What risks and responsibilities should innovators be aware of? If these developments lack empathy, instinct, and wisdom in decision-making, should their integrity in society be limited? And if so, in what way? Let's see below some of the beliefs that the population has when listening to the implementation of artificial intelligence. Will artificial intelligence replace human workers? The most immediate concern for many is that AI-enabled systems will replace workers in a wide range of industries and even in many homes. However, it is becoming increasingly clear that artificial intelligence does not eliminate work, but rather changes the category of work. As has happened with every wave of technology, as we've invented ways to automate jobs, we could create a space for people to take on more complex ones, moving from the physical work that dominated the pre-industrial world to the cognitive work that characterizes strategic and administration in our globalized society. An example of this we see in road transport. Currently employing millions of people in the United States alone, what will happen if the self-driving trucks developed by Tesla are widely disseminated in the coming years? But if we think of the lower risk of accidents, self-driving trucks seem like an ethical option. Similarly, this scenario could happen to many office workers and also to most of the workforce in developed countries. Therefore, we will see employment move from one place to another, and entirely new categories of employment will be created. We can and should expect the same in the economy based on artificial intelligence. Research and experience are showing that it is inevitable that entire categories of work will be replaced. On the other hand, companies will be free to dedicate their human resources to much better and higher value tasks rather than taking orders, handling simple customer service requests or complaints, or data entry tasks. If we succeed in the transition, we might one day look back and think that it was outrageous that human beings were forced to sell most of their waking time just to live. Security works of artificial intelligence technology. The more powerful a technology becomes, the more it can be used for both bad and good reasons. This applies not only to robots produced to replace human soldiers, or to autonomous weapons, but also to artificial intelligence systems that can cause harm if used maliciously. Because these fights will not be fought on the battlefield alone, cybersecurity will become even more important. After all, we are dealing with a system that is orders of magnitude faster and more capable than us. As these systems become more intelligent, they can change the nature of threats, making them harder to detect, more random in appearance, more adaptable to systems and environments, and more efficient at identifying and targeting system vulnerabilities. This should be scary. For this reason, we need to start thinking about how we are building and managing our digital infrastructure, as well as how we design and deliver artificial intelligence systems. Also, providers of machine learning services, especially cloud-based services on demand, need to consider who their customers are. If malicious users are using their platforms to perform AI-enabled distributed attacks or other criminal acts, then like financial institutions, governments will begin to crack down on these providers and impose new forms of regulation. If these platform providers don't want to be at the wrong end of the regulatory cycle, they need to get ahead of the curve and start their efforts to make sure they know who their customers are and what they're doing on their platforms. Rights of robots. Will intelligent machines have rights? As machines become more intelligent, we wonder how they should be treated and viewed in society. Once machines can truly simulate emotions and act similarly to humans, how should they be governed? For instance, 2 years ago, a self-driving vehicle struck and killed a pedestrian. People were outraged that a machine would kill a human being. But why were people outraged by this accident? Thousands of people die every day in car accidents caused by humans at the wheel. Additionally, the probability of eliminating all traffic-related deaths is almost certainly 0%. Therefore, if we want to have autonomous vehicles on the road, this scenario will repeat itself over and over again. For its part, in 2017, the Hanson Robotics humanoid robot, Sophia, obtained citizenship in Saudi Arabia. Although some consider this to be more of a public relations stunt than actual legal recognition, it is an example of the kind of rights that may be granted in the future. So we need to ask ourselves these questions, find out what we can accept and what is ethical, and put laws and regulations in place now to safeguard against future tragedies. Artificial intelligence is imperfect. How can we protect ourselves from mistakes? Artificial intelligence agents are not immune to making mistakes, and machine learning takes time to be useful. If they are trained well, using good data, then artificial intelligence can work well. However, if we feed bad data to systems or make mistakes with internal programming, AI can be detrimental. For example, take a Microsoft's artificial intelligence chatbot, Tay, was launched on Twitter in less than a day due to the information it received and learned from other Twitter users. It learned to launch racist insults and Nazi propaganda. Microsoft had to shut down the chatbot immediately as continuing would have damaged the company's reputation. The training phase cannot cover all possible examples that a system can handle in the real world. These systems can be fooled in ways that humans would not. For example, do you know that random dot patterns can lead an AI machine to see things that aren't there? So if we trust artificial intelligence to take us to a new world of work, safety, and efficiency, we have to make sure that the machine works as planned and that people cannot dominate it to use it for their purposes. Racist robots. How do we eliminate the bias of artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is increasingly inherent in voice and facial recognition systems, some of which have real business implications and directly affect people. These systems are vulnerable to biases and errors introduced by their human creators. Additionally, the data used to train these systems may be biased. For example, the facial recognition algorithms by Microsoft and IBM all had biases in detecting a person's gender. These artificial intelligence systems were able to detect the gender of white men more accurately than the gender of darker-skinned men. Similarly, Amazon's termination of AI hiring and recruitment is another example, showing that AI cannot be fair. The algorithm preferred male candidates over female ones. This was because Amazon's system was trained on data collected over a 10-year period that came mostly from male candidates. It could be argued that intelligent machines do not have a moral compass or set of principles like we humans do, because even our moral compass and principles do not always benefit humanity as a whole. We must not forget that artificial intelligence systems are created by humans who can be biased and judgmental. Once again, if used correctly, or used by those striving for social progress, artificial intelligence can become a catalyst for positive change. The idea of the increasingly present artificial intelligence systems surpassing human intelligence is terrifying, and the ethical questions that come with the adoption of artificial intelligence are complex. We like to think that with input from the public and the ethical questions and concerns being raised now, we can create a future that isn't so bleak. There will always be bad actors who will try to influence and manipulate. Businesses, organizations, and citizens should keep asking questions, keep working to build ethical AI, and keep trying to fight malicious attacks because AI is coming, ready or not. With this, we finish the explanation. You already have a base of the obstacles that we have to take into account when working with artificial intelligence. Therefore, we leave you with this question. Do you think AI robots should be treated like humans? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, the subscription button, and the notification bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded from this channel. Do well to share your thoughts about robots. New AI gets angry, and new AI art explodes in the comment section below. Thank you.